you guys, welcome back to Lighthouse Ministries. I hope you guys are doing well today. We do have a word for you guys, and the word is the promise still stands.
Yes, so the word, like she was just said, the promise still stands. It's a very important word to us, very important word to I know to a lot of people because we're in this waiting season of waiting for these promises to come up. And so we just wanted to give a little bit of encouragement to you guys that just because it may not seem as if the promise is near, that it can be near and that it still stands. God have not forgotten about you. God have not given up on you. The promise is still right where He said it would be, and it's still going to happen. There's not going to be no delays. There's not going to be any tarrying. You don't have to worry about any of that. God have it all covered because the promise still stands. So one of the things we want to talk about today is wait on the promise can be very hard. And we know all too well about how hard waiting on a promise can be. You know, one of our promises that God had shared with us was a couple years ago. He said, I'm going to heal your marriage. And it's going to be a marriage to the point you're going to have an elevation point where it's just going to continue to go up and it's not going to keep dipping up and down. But we realized that that promise took a long time. It took years, guys. It took years for our marriage to be completely healed of all the trauma, all the ignorance, all the pain, all the manipulation, all the struggles. It took a long time. And we actually got to a point now where our marriage is going to an elevation point, but we're still not exactly at that place just yet. You know, we're still working on it. And there's a lot of other promises that God has given us that we haven't seen manifest today, but we know that it's coming eventually. A lot of times when God speaks a vision or a word or a promise, it's for the future. It's not for right now today. So it's very important to take note that waiting on the promise means preparing for it. You have to prepare for it. And a lot of, you know, if I tell my kids they have to prepare for Christmas, they will hate it. You know, we don't like that word prepare, but God is a God of order. He will never give you something too early. He'll never give it to you too early because He knows that we will mess it up. So that promise still stands. You're on that final chapter of that promise, and God is about to give it to you. Do not give up on it just yet. What is a promise of yours that tarried for a while, or that took a while?
Definitely our marriage, one of those things where I wanted to be happy, but I didn't know how to be happy. I didn't know how to control my mental health. I didn't know how to control my anger, and God is like, I'm going to help you with that. He would give me these dreams for the future of, I'm going to show you what real love is. I'm going to show you how to be loved. I'm going to show you how to get rid of those traumas that you had. And I wanted it to be overnight, but it actually took longer than I thought.
Yes.
But I know it was worth it because now in our marriage, yes, God is still healing it and still working on it, but we can get through some things much easier than what we could have back then.
Yeah, way easier. So a couple points that I want to leave you guys with is God never lies. God never, please excuse our son in the background, but God never lies. He never lies. So if God has spoken a thing, it will happen. If it comes out of the mouth of God, it will happen. No matter how long it will take, it will happen. The second thing, if it's easy, it's temporary. If it's too easy, it is temporary. I don't know what he's so excited for. But if it's too easy, it's temporary. If it's easy, it's temporary.
Sometimes we want the blessing or the promise to be microwavable, where you can just throw in the microwave for 5 minutes and boom, it's there. But if you think about it, microwave food ain't as good as Thanksgiving food or food that you are preparing for a couple days into that time to eat. So I learned that I always wanted easy, and when God gave me promises, I wanted it at that moment when God is like, this promise is going to have to be prepared before I actually deliver it to you.
See, when you are preparing something special, it takes time to get it all the way that it's perfect, you know? So if I give it to you now, it's not perfect yet.
Yeah.
So I have to wait for you to be able to match whatever it is that I'm giving you. So because as someone said, I believe it was TDJ, I don't know, but he said that I can't put God will never put a dirty mind into a
TD
new
Jakes.
place. He have to clean you up. Because what if you put a dirty person in a clean house? He's only going to dirty up the house. So it's worth the wait and allow God to clean you up inside and out. So when you get the promise, you won't dirty it up.
Yeah.
So the promise still stands, but God just on that finishing chapter of whatever it is that He is telling you to do. So the scripture that we have for you guys today, I'm not going to say his name right, but it's Habakkuk 2, verse 3. Okay, it says, the vision is for a future time. It describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow coming, wait patiently, for it surely will take place and it will not be delayed. So wait patiently, guys. And I know that it's easier said than done. We are waiting patiently right with you. There's promises that God has spoken over us years ago and that we're still waiting patiently for. But we learn if we wait patiently and endure to the end, we will reach those promises.
Yes, we will.